Hello everyone, my name is Jesus Torres and welcome back to my channel, Rational Angles. I want to thank you for joining today's discussion. Today, I want to talk about how I've noticed that whenever we offer financial aid to anybody in this country, we view it differently depending on the social class of the person who's receiving the financial aid. For example, if financial aid is given to people who are poor or middle class, we always see it as negative, or we see people talking about it as negative. People say that it's welfare. People say that it's, undeserved, that it's entitlement. And on the other hand, whenever rich people or corporations get any financial help, all of a sudden people talk about it in a positive way. They talk about it as being job creation, being subsidies, and that it's something that's going to help everybody. However, we have to look at it this way. Both the situations, whether you give financial aid to rich people, middle class, or poor people, it's all going to be financial aid at the end of the day. And we see a lot of conversation about how we tax people, people want to tax the rich more, or how people want to get rid of financial aid such as food stamps and subsidies for housing for lower classes, poor people, and for middle class, because they view it as a burden on society, but they don't view any type of assistance for rich people or for corporations in the same light. Yes, there is going to be people who are for and against financial aid to either side, depending on your political side of the aisle, but there's always a more negative connotation when it comes to helping out poor people or middle class people than giving money to rich people and corporations, because rich people and corporations, they can qualify for tax credits that can be in the millions. They can qualify for subsidies that are also in the millions, whereas middle class people and poor people, when they qualify for any type of financial assistance, it's nothing in those amounts. It's going to be a very reduced amount. And one of the reasons is because whenever assistance is given to lower class people, poor people, middle class people, they have to fill out a lot of forms. They have to qualify financially, and there's also a lot of regulations and rules for them to be able to maintain eligibility if they qualify. On the other hand, when it comes to rich people and corporations, yes, they have to meet a certain amount of income, but they also don't really get a lot of restrictions when it comes to their credits. At least oftentimes they don't. When it comes to credits or subsidies, they're just given the amount, and it's viewed as though it's going to help people just because it's being given to rich people, because people view them as job creators. And I saw a video today from Crystal Collin and friends, and they were talking about how in New York they want to tax rich people more, and I think it was for having luxury real estate. And they were talking about how Ben Shapiro is opposed to it, and they were talking about how they're saying that a lot of people say that these people are job creators, and also that they spend money in the city, to buy food, go out to restaurants. You spend the money around the city. But the thing is that if you're a business, what you care about is what customers actually purchase, not how much might be in your customer's bank account, because that doesn't really materialize to your profits. What actually matters is how much the customer actually spends. And if you're selling the same products at the same price to all customers, regardless of their social status, then everybody is a job creator, because everybody is purchasing goods from the stores. So at the end of the day, what I want to say is that whether we give financial assistance to people who are poor, middle class, rich, or corporations, it all comes from the same source. It's going to come from taxpayer funds. What do you think about this topic? Do you think that in this country we do view the way we provide financial assistance to recipients of different social classes differently? Do you think there's a negative connotation whenever we give financial aid to people who are poor or who are middle class as opposed to the rich and corporations? I'd really be interested in hearing what you feel about this topic. Do you agree with any of my opinions? And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. Share the video, like the video, and until next time, again, my name is Jesus, and this is Rational Angles. Have a great rest of your day.